I didn't join a gym, I didn't buy any fat-burning supplements, and I didn't order any fancy detox tea that promised to flush out toxins in 3 days. I didn't even download a calorie counting app. What I did sounds almost too simple to work. I started eating regular fruits and vegetables from the local market. Bananas, apples, oranges, spinach, carrots, cucumbers, tomatoes, the same things that had always been around me. And over time, without drama, I lost 18 kilograms. It started with a photo, a normal group photo with friends. Everybody squeezed in, laughed, and someone snapped the picture. When they passed the phone around, everyone reacted with jokes and playful comments. I smiled too, but when I looked at myself, something inside me shifted. My face looked fuller than I realized. My shirt clung tightly around my stomach. My posture looked tired. It wasn't that I hated myself, it was that I didn't feel like myself. I felt heavy, not just in body, but in energy. Climbing stairs made me breathe harder than it should. Sitting for too long made me feel sluggish. That picture forced me to see what I had been ignoring. That night, like many people do, I searched online for fast weight loss solutions. The internet had endless answers: extreme diets, liquid-only plans, expensive powders with complicated names, before and after pictures that looked almost unreal. For a moment, I felt tempted. The idea of losing weight quickly sounded good, but something about it felt rushed and unrealistic. I closed my phone and went to the kitchen for water. On the counter were bananas. In the fridge, there was spinach and cucumbers. A bowl of tomatoes sat near the stove. They had always been there, but I had never seen them as weight loss food. They were just normal food. The next morning, instead of creating a complicated plan, I made one simple rule: every meal must include at least one fruit or vegetable. That was it. No starving, no skipping meals, no punishment. Breakfast became oats with sliced banana instead of bread and sugary spread. Lunch stayed familiar, but I added a large portion of vegetables beside it. Dinner became lighter, with cucumbers or carrots added generously. If I felt like snacking, I grabbed an apple or an orange instead of processed snacks. It felt almost too easy, and at first I wondered if something this basic could really change anything. The first week was not dramatic. I did not suddenly become slim. I did not wake up with visible abs. What changed first was how I felt. I was less bloated. I didn't feel painfully full after eating. I noticed I was chewing slower because fruits and vegetables required more chewing. Bananas kept me satisfied longer than I expected. Apples made me feel full in a way chips never did. Spinach made my plate look big and satisfying without making me feel heavy afterward. Cucumbers added freshness that made meals feel lighter. By the third week, small physical changes started showing. My face looked less puffy. My stomach felt slightly flatter. My clothes felt more comfortable. I was not exercising intensely, but I started walking daily for about 20 to 30 minutes. Nothing extreme, just consistent movement. The interesting part was that eating more fruits and vegetables naturally reduced my cravings. When my body received enough fiber and nutrients, it stopped demanding constant sugar and greasy food. I realized that before, I had not always been hungry. Sometimes I was just bored or tired. As the weeks passed, the scale began to move slowly, not dramatically, but steadily. 1 or 2 kilograms at a time. It felt realistic, it felt maintainable. I didn't feel deprived because I wasn't banning food groups. I was adding nourishment. Spinach in omelettes, tomatoes in almost everything, carrot sticks in the afternoon, oranges when I wanted something sweet. I drank more water because fruits naturally made me thirstier in a healthy way. My digestion improved. I stopped feeling heavy after meals. By the second month, people started noticing. Someone said my face looked sharper. Another person asked if I had started going to the gym. When I said I was mostly eating fruits and vegetables and walking, they looked surprised. It sounded too simple. But that simplicity was the power. Fruits and vegetables are high in fiber and low in calories. They fill your stomach without overloading your body. They stabilize energy levels. They reduce bloating. They make it easier to control portions without forcing yourself to eat tiny meals. There were moments of temptation, social gatherings with rich food, late nights when ordering fast food seemed convenient. I didn't become perfect overnight. Sometimes I ate things that were not part of my new routine, but instead of quitting, I returned to the basics the next day. Banana in the morning, vegetables at lunch, light dinner, water, walk, repeat. That consistency mattered more than perfection. By the third month, the change was clear. My clothes fit differently. My energy was stable throughout the day. I no longer felt sleepy after eating. I felt lighter in movement and clearer in mind. The scale showed that I had lost 18 kilograms, but more important than the number was the feeling. I didn't feel like I had forced my body into submission. I felt like I had supported it. The biggest lesson was that weight loss does not always require extreme measures. It often requires consistency with simple habits. Fruits and vegetables are not glamorous. They don't come with loud marketing or miracle promises. They are ordinary, but when you consistently choose them, they quietly change your body. They help control appetite. They reduce unnecessary calories. They nourish your system so it functions better. Looking back, I realized the hardest part was not changing my food. It was changing my mindset. I had to stop looking for fast solutions and accept gradual progress. I had to understand that weight gain had happened over time, and weight loss would also happen over time. Once I accepted that, everything became calmer. There was no pressure, just daily choices repeated consistently. Today, I still eat bananas, apples, oranges, spinach, carrots, cucumbers, and tomatoes regularly. I still walk often. I do not feel trapped in a diet. I feel in control of my habits. Losing 18 kilograms was not the result of a secret formula. It was the result of returning to simple, natural foods and staying consistent with them. The answer had always been in my kitchen. Comment wellness below and join in on our wellness journey.